A risk of severe storms tomorrow. We won't only see some thunderstorms, but a temperature change yet again. Kind of been a roller coaster ride of ups and downs and ups. 19 First Alert meteorologist Erika Paige is here now with those details.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that part's going to stop in the forecast anytime soon. So even as we look ahead towards early May, it looks like we're still keeping with a very active pattern, though I do think tomorrow features probably some of the more active weather that we're going to see over the next several as we bring back a bit more of that heat and humidity to fuel that storm chance through the day tomorrow. Some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side, so that is what we're really going to have to watch as we progress through the afternoon and evening. I really think that's going to be the best window to see some of that stormy activity, but keep in mind you may get a little bit of rain, maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder first thing tomorrow morning as a warm front passes through, and then we're just waiting on the cold front, but that doesn't look to arrive until Friday. So in the meantime, you just get these more random type showers and storms that will develop, taking full advantage of the heat of the day. Damaging winds and large hail would be our primary concerns through the day tomorrow. Can never completely rule out a tornado risk, though that is much lower on our scale. As we go through tomorrow afternoon and with several rounds of rain, it's possible we could get some low-lying spots collecting that water a little faster. Live look from our First Alert camera down towards New Philadelphia. You folks were kind of battling some of the worst of the weather yesterday. Now you get a little bit of sunshine in here, though a couple of those higher clouds have started to filter in. But if you want the warmth, this is where you pretty much have to go. Temperatures right now in New Philly, 67 degrees. Low dew points, so it keeps that temperature feeling relatively comfortable for now. But give it, say, 12 to 24 hours, and things are going to be feeling a little stickier across our area. Right now, everything's quiet on radar. Temperatures, though, if you're headed to the lakeshore, maybe you're headed downtown for the Guardians game later, much colder. We'll walk you through that Guardians forecast plus an hour-by-hour look of the storm chance tomorrow in just a few minutes. All right, let's talk about this 19 First Alert weather day that we have for your Thursday. Really, I think the morning looks relatively quiet across our area. We really just need that heat and that humidity to build in during the second half of the day, which then opens up the door to a better opportunity that we could potentially see some showers and some thunderstorms working back in. So be mindful of that. It's all initially coming out ahead of a warm front. That warm front still well to our south. That's what you're seeing with all those numerous showers and a couple thunderstorms down across parts of Kentucky as well as Virginia. So that is eventually going to be the boundary that moves our direction. But in the short term, we're going to get a little bit of these high clouds continuing to drift in, and it should give us a relatively quiet but cool forecast if you're headed downtown for the Guardians Twins game. Again, its first pitch is at 6:10 tonight, and I do think temperatures are going to remain pretty steady, upper 40s to about low 50s, with just a little bit more of those clouds increasing across the area. I don't anticipate much of a rain chance prior to midnight. Once we get past midnight, then that warm front starts to slowly work through. You can see where your future views trying to spark a couple showers out to the west, but for the most part, as we're getting our Thursday started, you really don't see a whole lot of activity. And the reason for that is we need that moisture to build in, and we also need those temperatures to warm up as well. So the closer we get to midday tomorrow, I think the better the opportunity will be that we're starting to see more of these, I would say, more random showers and thunderstorms popping up because there's no real boundary that these are going to be focused on. So it gives it more of that random looking appearance, but it means it's also more widely scattered. So mid-afternoon, I really think this is probably going to be one of the more active periods that we have, starting at about 2-3 o'clock and then really lasting through the early part of the evening. I really think we're going to have to wait until we get closer to sunset and thereafter for us to lose a little bit of that heat and therefore lose potentially some of that energy to keep those storms going. But one or two of those storms that gets going during the day tomorrow, because temperatures will be into the 70s, has the potential to create some damaging wind gusts or potentially even some of that larger hail in the mix if that storm becomes a bit more organized. As we go through the evening hours tomorrow, we'll have a couple more showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder left, but then things should quiet down for us headed into early Friday before we wait for that cold front to roll through. That will once again spark another opportunity for showers and storms during the afternoon, and then once that cold front passes, get ready for a big reset to our temperature as we look ahead to the weekend. One other thing you may notice, there's a lot more rain chances on this next 7 days. We're going to talk about why that is coming up in the next half hour.